Final whistle is blown.
Newcastle, 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 Newcastle.
With Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon being inevitable, Newcastle United have once again produced a five-star monster class. Despite Eddie Howe's new tactical evolution being on display, and Newcastle fans gate-crashing Arsenal TV.
You serious?
There have been massive transfer developments that could change Newcastle's season. So from Eddie Howe dropping a transfer bombshell as he reveals crunch talks with Paul Mitchell after Arsenal clash, to Newcastle officially completing a deal, to Fabrizio Romano confirming Newcastle United's advanced talks to agree incredible deal, to David Ornstein dropping a massive exclusive on a potential new signing. Plus, we'll also uncover the recent claims made by the agent of Newcastle's £40 million target. So today there is a lot to discuss. As per, join us as we break it all down. Also, according to YouTube stats, only about 6% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video or just realized that you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. It's free. Enjoy the video.
Let's go.
Starting off with what we learned in Arsenal 0 Newcastle United 2. So Eddie Howe's tactical approach in the recent match against Arsenal showcased his ability to adapt and implement in-game adjustments effectively. Throughout the game, Howe shifted formations fluidly, transitioning from a 4-3-3 to a 4-5-1, and eventually to a 5-4-1 in the first half. This tactical flexibility allowed Newcastle to maintain a solid structure, particularly out of possession in the first half, which was executed flawlessly. As the match progressed, particularly after the 65-minute mark, Howe made a bold decision to adopt a 5-5-0 formation. This meant fielding 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, including about 3 defensive midfielders, and no attackers. Howe's decision to sacrifice all attacking options to focus on defense reflected elite game management. Opting for a defensive setup with no front line may be seen as terrorism, but it speaks to his recent ruthless tactical acumen and understanding of the game's demands in crucial moments. The way Howe has coached the distances between players and the spacing between lines is notable. His implementation of a fluid man-to-man or zonal pressing structure and emphasis on defending space is reminiscent of Jose Mourinho's tactical philosophy. This approach has led to more cohesive defending and a disciplined team effort. As Eddie Howe's tactical approach in the match against Arsenal can indeed be described as a masterclass, in effectively nullifying Arsenal's strengths on their home turf, limiting Arsenal to play to long balls and set pieces, which significantly disrupted their rhythm. A key aspect that went somewhat unnoticed was the exceptional work of Joelinton and Joe Willock. While they may not have dazzled with their ball control, their man-marking duties on Martin Odegaard and Thomas Partey respectively were nothing short of phenomenal. They adeptly locked in on Odegaard and Partey based on the ball's position, while the rest of the defensive block maintained a cohesive man-to-man structure. Odegaard is often the linchpin for Arsenal, orchestrating play from deep into the final third alongside the assistance of their number 6, who plays a crucial role in the initial stages. The fact that Joelinton and Willock effectively neutralized both players, with Joelinton mainly marking Odegaard on his side, meant that Arsenal's attacking options were severely restricted. Odegaard, known for his creative influence, was rendered non-existent throughout the match. In fact, he did not create a single chance. This tactical setup forced Arsenal to resort to long balls, a strategy that is far from ideal for them. At times, they looked to clip passes into Declan Rice, who, while a strong ball carrier, is not a natural creator. With limited space to operate, Arsenal found themselves tactically outclassed by Newcastle's disciplined approach. Sandro Tonali's performance in the match was also nothing short of extraordinary. After being honored with both the Player of the Round and Goal of the Round awards for the quarter-finals, he showcased why he is quickly becoming a standout player for Newcastle United, a true Italian maestro on the pitch. Tonali was instrumental throughout the game, demonstrating a remarkable ability to influence play from midfield. With a 7.8 match rating, 26 out of 34 accurate balls, 3 out of 4 accurate long balls, his tidiness in possession ensured that Newcastle maintained control and fluidity, while his positional awareness allowed him to be in the right place at the right time. disrupting Arsenal's attacking flows, having 2 out of 2 ground duels won, 0 fouls committed, 1 foul won, 2 clearances, 1 clearance off the line, 4 blocked shots, 1 interception, 1 tackle, and 0 times dribbled. This all-around performance underscored Tonali's growing influence, and it was showed more by the fact that this latest triumph was achieved without the suspended Bruno Guimaraes, Newcastle's captain and talisman. Since his full debut in March 2022, Newcastle had failed to win any of the 8 Premier League matches he has not started. Overall, Howe's game plan not only stifled Arsenal's creativity, but also showcased Newcastle's defensive organization and adaptability, leaving the Gunners struggling to impose their usual attacking style. Then Newcastle's backline delivered an impressive defensive performance against Arsenal, showcasing resilience and organization throughout the match. Tyno Livramento stood out as one of the best one-on-one defenders in the country. He defended tremendously, providing the Arsenal wingers with little to no space to operate. His ability to thwart attacks was crucial in maintaining Newcastle's defensive solidity. Having a 7.1 match rating, 8 clearances, 1 interception, 0 times dribbled past, 1 key pass, 1 accurate cross, 100% duels won, 0 fouls committed while winning 1. Sven Botman, despite playing in an unnatural right centre-back position, managed to perform admirably after a long layoff. He excelled when Newcastle sat back, allowing the game to unfold in front of him, which suited his style. A pivotal moment came when he made a huge block to deny Kai Havertz in the first half. Botman also contributed to the attacking phase, with his headed flick that facilitated Newcastle's first goal. His relationship with Dan Burn was evident, as they consistently communicated and cleared the danger during Arsenal's late onslaught of crosses. Having a 7.4 match rating, 8 clearances, 1 blocked shot, 1 tackle, 0 times dribbled past, 8 out of 9 duels won, and committing 0 fouls. Speaking of Dan Burn, while he was caught out for pace once in the first half, he was otherwise a colossus at the back. He threw himself in front of every shot and dominated aerial duels, having a 7.4 match rating, 6 clearances, 2 blocked shots, 1 tackle, 0 times dribbled past, 100% passes completed, 5 out of 6 duels won, and 0 fouls committed, earning rightful praise from Anthony Gordon in his post-match interview, who said, "I want to mention Dan Burn. He's been our player of the season for me." Funny enough, Dan Burn praised someone too.
Yeah, he's amazing. I said if I wanted to be any football player, I want to be Joe Linton. I think he's got everything, honestly. He's like, you can give him the ball anywhere. He's solid. He'll run for days, so he's brilliant having the team. I'm so happy that he's doing well, and hopefully he gets more plaudits.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, can't let you go, mate, without talking about a striker. Isak is in unbelievable form. Load of talk about whether he'll stay, whether he'll go. Surely you can't let him go. You personally can't let him go.
No, I'll not be letting him go. I'll have a hold of him. No, listen, he's a brilliant player. I think he's got everything. He's probably one of the best strikers in the world at the minute. He's on fire. He's obviously linking up well with Gordy and Murph as well. So yeah, I hope he does well, but not too well.
Lewis Hall also had an impressive outing. Although he struggled slightly with set-piece defending, his overall performance in open play was decent. 4 clearances, 1 interception, 1 accurate long balls, 3 out of 9 duels won, 0 fouls committed while winning 1. His dribbling in tight areas was a particular highlight, and he showed significant improvement defensively, demonstrating discipline and composure by not committing a foul. In fact, it's scary that, despite the wave after wave of Arsenal attacks as seen in the field tilt, no Newcastle defender committed a single foul. The defenders consistently put their bodies on the line, denying Arsenal any significant opportunities. Despite Arsenal's whopping 70% in possession, massive total of 23 shots, only 3 were on target, with most being blocked by Newcastle's resolute backline. This defensive commitment is a testament to Howe's tactical setup and the players' determination, making it challenging for opponents to find the back of the net. So as a unit, Newcastle's defense is becoming quite formidable, recording their 5th clean sheet in the last 7 matches across all competitions. In this run, only Yoan Wissa and Dominic Solanke have managed to score against them once each. However, despite Newcastle's defensive solidity, it was their attacking prowess that provided a foundation for their success against Arsenal, allowing them something to defend. Jacob Murphy played a pivotal role, assisting Alexander Isak again for the first goal and contributing significantly to the second with a great pass. having a 7.3 match rating, 1 assist, 100% successful dribbles, 2 key passes, 100% accurate long balls, 1 big chance created, and 1 out of 2 duels won. His confidence on the ball is evident, and he also worked hard defensively down Tyno Livramento's side, helping to maintain balance. As for Isak, after a fresh trim for the semi-final, he carried the attack with 7.8 match rating, 1 goal, 2 shots, 2 out of 3 successful dribbles, 2 key passes, 3 out of 3 accurate long balls, and 2 out of 4 ground duels won. His scoring streak continues to impress, marking his 15th club goal of the season. Isak's goal was actually his first shot of the night, and the only one he was afforded during the opening 45 minutes, but he is in such red-hot form that he was never going to miss the chance. He has now scored in each of his last 7 Premier League games, and this match marked the 5th consecutive game across all competitions in which he found the net. Remarkably, since December 4th, he has amassed 10 goals and 2 assists in 9 games, and across his last 15 domestic appearances, he has tallied 14 goals and 3 assists. This goal also represented a milestone for Isak, as it was his 50th goal for Newcastle in just 89 appearances, making him the 3rd fastest player to reach that mark in the Premier League era, behind only Andy Cole and Les Ferdinand. Isak's performance was notable not only for his goal scoring but also for how he unsettled Arsenal's William Saliba and Gabriel, linking play effectively, running the channels and causing constant problems. His unselfishness was highlighted by Anthony Gordon post-match, who said, "Very good. He is the best in Europe, probably right now, with the form he's in. The best quality he's got is that he's so humble. He is not scared to pass the ball. He's very unselfish, and his best ability is his raw ability on the ball." For it was another Player of the Match award and another modest post-match interview, this time with Sky Sports. He was asked about his blistering form in front of goal. "It comes down to the team. We've been very solid defensively and then we have the quality up front," he said. "It was again Jacob Murphy who assisted me today, so I just tried to be in the right place to finish the attack." Asked about his partnership with Murphy, Isak said, "We've found the connection in a good way. He gets into good positions and he seems to find me a lot, which is positive for me and for the team as well." Some Arsenal fans are saying Isak's goal didn't deserve to stand because he pushed Martin Odegaard. However, Trossard actually clearly pulled down Newcastle players twice in front of the referee, but he did nothing, so they should not complain. Then Anthony Gordon, with a 7.3 match rating, despite being bruised and battered, managed to score a poacher's goal. His pace and intelligent runs consistently troubled the Arsenal defense, and he appears to be hitting his best form, working tirelessly throughout the match. With that, Anthony Gordon now has a goal or assist contribution in each of his last 7 games for Newcastle.
Honestly, I think those fans that were behind that goal, they can't quite believe what they've just seen. Just try and put it into words from your perspective.
Yeah, I think we believed. I think that's a transition we need to make. We need to come to these places and expect to win. I felt in the change room before the game that we would win. I think if we want to be that top club that we really want to be, that expectation needs to be we're going to come here and we're going to win games. And we've done that. So we give the fans what they want to see. They've travelled a long way, so I'm sure they'll enjoy the way back home.
And those scarves behind the goal when you came out, I saw you come out of the tunnel and look over and clap them, but it can't fail to inspire you when you see that, can it?
No, I always clap the fans as I walk out. It's like a ritual, but they're just so impressive no matter where we are, home or away. The way they travel in numbers, they out-sing the home crowd in a lot of places that we go. But in the cup games we get more of them, so it's even better. But yeah, the scarves were iconic, I like that.
A fantastic night, but the job's only half done, isn't it? There's still a hell of a lot to do.
Yeah, we can't get ahead of ourselves at all. These are one of the best teams in Europe and they can certainly win a game. We've just got to keep doing what we're doing. Like I said, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We need to be humble in how we play, because when we're humble and we're working for each other and it's a unit, it's a team, that's when we're at our best. When we don't and we play as individuals, we're not a very good team. So the recipe's there for us to carry on doing what we're doing. We just need to keep doing it.
Alex Isak opened the scoring. How much confidence does it give the whole team when you've got a striker like that in the form that he's in at the moment?
Yeah, he can score any type of goal, can't he? So you know, no matter how the game's going, if he gets a chance, he's probably going to score. And as it was landing to him, I just thought, I never expect him to miss, to be honest. I just start running for the corner flag now. He's on fire, but again, he just needs to keep going. The best thing about him is he's so humble as a guy. He doesn't see himself as anything. So he just needs to keep doing. He needs to keep doing what he's doing.
You're not in bad form yourself either. Talk to us about your finish, because close range, but still a lot to do, wasn't there?
Yeah, as a winger, I think just gambling back post, you're going to get 5 or 6 tap-ins. That's what every coach I've ever had's told me. So it's not as easy as it looks, to be honest, to gamble back post, but it's just getting in them good habits. Perchy's on at me all the time, back post. And Alex shot, I think. He tried to tell me he passed it, but it was definitely a shot. But me gambling and sort of being proactive got me the goal, and yeah, it's just good to run away and celebrate.
Yeah, you say you ran to the corner flag for Alex's goal. You certainly ran to the corner flag for your goal. Talk to us about that celebration. What was going through your mind?
I had it in my mind before the game. Henri's just a legend, and he's one of the best ever in the Premier League. So what better place to do a celebration than in the Emirates? I hope that wasn't taken as disrespectful. It was more of a compliment to him, really. Iconic player, left winger. It was a compliment to him, but great moment.
And what was Jacob Murphy trying to do to you after you scored as well?
What do you mean when he picked me crown up?
Yeah, is that what he was?
Yeah, we have a little running theme where whoever scores, like, we give each other the crown. For some reason he picked it up off the floor today. I'll have to ask him why, but no, it was a good moment. All the teammates ran over. You could see what it meant to us. 2-0 at this place was a really good feeling. Like I said, we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, it really gives you something for that second leg, but I think you've got 5 games in between that now. As a top team, how do you sort of compartmentalise that and sort of deal with the other challenges that you've got in front of you?
Well, I think this is the thing, this is gone now. I mean, as much as it was good in the moment, and the fans can celebrate it, but we can't. It's not our job to do that. Our job is to perform on the pitch and then sort of let it go, because we've got more games coming up. Like I said, we've got the recipe to play well. We know now how we play well, what we're good at. We just need to stick to them sort of principles, them morals as a team. Don't come away from them. We'll be fine.
And of course, you didn't get to play at Wembley when Newcastle last got there. That must be something that's burning in your minds. Even though there's still a lot to do, you must be desperate to get there again this time. Yeah,
I was devastated last time. Played in like a stupid cup game just before I come. I had a broken hand. I just remember thinking, why did I play in that game? I travelled down. Unfortunately, we lost, but yeah, what an experience. Hopefully, I'll get to be a part of it this time. But again, that's up to us. You know, we've got a good advantage, but again, we're facing a top team that can change that really quickly. So it's totally in our hands now to go and compete and do the same as we've just done.
Additionally, I felt that substitutes like Harvey Barnes and Lloyd Kelly contributed defensively, while Sean Longstaff put in a solid shift, making several crucial defensive reads that helped maintain Newcastle's lead. His fresh legs were particularly valuable during critical moments. Finally, Miguel Almiron also had a strong performance, defending well and becoming a key attacking outlet as the game progressed. His typical energy and work rate were instrumental in supporting the team on both ends of the pitch. Overall, as Newcastle have won their last 7 games, their blend of defensive resilience and attacking flair proved too much for Arsenal, allowing them to secure a vital victory, meaning Newcastle have now won a game at the Emirates for the first time since 2010.
What result is that? To come here, a ground where notoriously it's not been good for Newcastle United, just 1 win in 13, to go away, clean sheet, 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I'm really pleased, because that's a really tough game for us. I thought the players gave everything physically. We came into the game on the back of a really difficult schedule. Pretty much the same players have played a lot of the minutes. Physically a big effort. We were a little bit fatigued in that second half. There was a lot of resilience and determination to get through and win the game.
I was going to say, how much was the mentality, the group mentality, behind that victory, do you think?
I think it was everything. I think it always is. I think we've steadily improved as the season's gone on. I think we had a difficult start. I think the group has always been strong and united and together, and that's so important. We've never become split from our aims, and that's to try and be a successful team and achieve great things. Hopefully we're getting a little bit closer to that.
Alexander Isak already had plenty of admirers before this game, particularly in that first half. Has it gone up a notch or two?
Yeah, he was really good in the first half. I thought he looked free, he was moving well. He looked a real goal threat. He was dribbling with the ball really well. Took his goal excellently again. He was one of the players that was just feeling his hamstring a little bit half-time, so we had to manage his load a little bit. We had a couple of other players. Sven was feeling his groin a little bit, so half-time wasn't easy, and to get the players to produce another brilliant performance in the second half in a different way to the first half, because it was more more disciplined. We had to defend far greater than we did in the first, but the players did it really well.
How much were you having to manage the second half because of injuries and fatigue, or were you looking to protect that lead you'd built? I mean, you went 5-5 at one point.
Yeah, we felt we had to. We were having problems in our initial system, and then we changed again. But I think no, it was more the fatigue. I think in the couple of injuries that we had, we made substitutions, but we lost without the focal point of a striker on the pitch, which is difficult when Alex went off to keep the momentum that we'd built in the game.
In many ways, could it not have gone any better for you tonight?
I think it's a good first half to the leg. I think, we're really pleased, but we are aware of Arsenal's qualities. And you could see they were trying to find a way to score all the way to the end. It's half-time, we're 2-0 up. That's all it is. It's a potential dangerous scoreline for us if we don't attack the home game in the right way.
In transfer news, Eddie Howe has confirmed that he is in crunch talks with sporting director Paul Mitchell regarding the future of Martin Dubravka after the match against Arsenal. Howe expressed his desire for Dubravka to remain at Newcastle United and sign a new contract, despite the goalkeeper having a potential move to Saudi Arabia lined up. Reports suggest that Dubravka is on the verge of joining Saudi Pro League club Al Shabab, with speculation indicating that Newcastle's 2-0 victory over Arsenal could be his last appearance for the club. Dubravka played a crucial role in the opening goal, with his free kick eventually leading to Alexander Isak scoring his 15th goal of the season. Ending the match with a 7.5 match rating, 2 saves, 4 punches, 2 high claims, 6 accurate long balls, and 4 clearances. After the final whistle, an emotional Dubravka was seen waving to the Newcastle fans, who were chanting his name. The 35-year-old was the last player to leave the pitch at the Emirates Stadium, prompting questions about whether this was a farewell. When asked about the emotional moment shared between Dubravka and the supporters, Howe replied, "I've got nothing to add to that. We've been preparing for this game with Martin. He's playing very well at the moment, and of course I wouldn't want to lose him." Pressed further about Dubravka's potential departure, Howe confirmed he would be discussing the situation with Mitchell, stating, "I know nothing, genuinely. I've been head down into the game, so I'm sure I'll speak to Paul at some stage today." Howe made a noteworthy admission, indicating that he not only wants Dubravka to stay for the remainder of the season, but also to agree to a new contract, as his current deal is set to expire in the summer. When asked if he hopes Dubravka will sign a new deal, Howe stated, "That would be my wish." However, it appears the situation may ultimately be out of Howe's hands, leaving fans and the club in suspense regarding the goalkeeper's future. Then in a recent development, Kyle Fitzgerald, the talented 17-year-old winger, is set to complete his move to Newcastle United from Galway United when he turns 18 later this month. The official transfer is scheduled for Tuesday, January 28, 2025, coinciding with his birthday. Fitzgerald previously showcased his skills as a trialist during pre-season last summer, participating in an under-21 friendly match against South Shields. However, he had to return to Galway due to the UK's non-EU registration rules. Now, with the transfer imminent, Fitzgerald will join Newcastle's youth setup, allowing him to settle into life on Tyneside. His versatility as a left-footed wide player capable of operating on both flanks will be an asset as he aims to establish himself within the under-21 team. So Newcastle seems to be continuing to strengthen their academy, with the likes of Trevan Sanusi and Ashley Harrison making waves and slowly knocking on the door for the first team. Meanwhile, Lewis Miley, who actually came from the academy last season, played a crucial role in saving Newcastle's injury-ravaged season. Furthermore, Newcastle United is also making strides to secure Fabian Schär with a new contract at St James's Park. The 33-year-old defender recently celebrated his 200th appearance for the club and has expressed a strong desire to continue his journey with Newcastle. Since Eddie Howe's arrival as head coach in November 2021, Schär has played more games than any other player. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that negotiations for Schär's new deal are progressing well. He shared on social media, "Understand Newcastle are stepping up efforts in talks over new deal for Fabian Schär. Negotiations underway and advancing well as Newcastle want to make it happen and keep Schär at the club." Schär is among several Newcastle players whose contracts are set to expire at the end of the season. Recently, the club activated a contract extension for Sean Longstaff until June 2026, while players like Martin Dubravka, John Ruddy, Emil Kraft, Callum Wilson, and Jamal Lascelles are also facing contract uncertainty. Reflecting on his future at Newcastle, Cher told Swiss outlet Blue Sport, "I feel really comfortable at Newcastle. I've been playing for years and I have a coach who relies on me. Everything is right for me. I would love to stay. The club and the coach know what they have in me. Basically, things have always gone relatively quickly in recent years. The club wanted to keep me, I wanted to stay. That's why it was never a big deal." Howe has consistently praised Cher's contributions, noting his importance to the squad. With 4 goals to his name this season, Cher's performance continues to highlight why he is a valued member of the team, making the push for a new contract all the more significant for Newcastle. Then in some transfer blows, Newcastle United is reportedly keen on securing the services of Abdukodir Khusanov, a 20-year-old centre-back from RC Lens, as they seek to bolster their defensive options. Khusanov has been a hot topic in transfer discussions lately, with an initial price tag of £25 million, often mentioned as sufficient to secure his transfer. Even Lens's managing director Pierre Dreossi hinted at Khusanov's impending departure, stating that while there haven't been any satisfactory offers yet, they expect a transfer to happen if the right financial deal comes along. However, recent updates reveal that RC Lens is now asking for around €40 million or £33 million for Khusanov, a figure that may stretch Newcastle's budget this transfer window. While the Magpies are in a strong financial position, significant deals may still hinge on potential player sales. David Ornstein's report indicates that while Newcastle remains interested, the increased asking price could make the deal unlikely. In addition to Newcastle's interest, there are strong competitors for Khusanov's signature. Real Madrid is now in contact regarding a potential move, and Manchester City officials have reportedly held discussions with Khusanov's father and agent. His entourage has expressed gratitude towards RC Lens, but emphasized that the player's sporting development is the priority. Newcastle United has also encountered an early setback in their pursuit of a reported January target, with the agent of Johan Bakayoko confirming that a move to the club will not happen this month. Bakayoko's agent, Gerard Witters, stated, "Bakayoko will not leave PSV this season, regardless of the amount." This news is a considerable blow, especially after reports from The Telegraph indicated that Newcastle's recruitment team was keen on pursuing the Belgian winger in January. Newcastle fans will recall that patience was required previously when securing Sven Botman, who joined after a protracted transfer saga. With Bakayoko off the table, Newcastle may need to explore other options to strengthen their squad this month. One potential alternative is Tyler Dibbling, a teenager Newcastle has shown long-standing interest in. Craig Hope reported that Newcastle plans to make an attempt to sign the 18-year-old this year, and this pursuit may gain momentum following the Bakayoko news. Dibbling's potential signing could be also facilitated by Paul Mitchell's previous connections to Southampton, where he served as sporting director, providing a potential advantage in negotiations for the rising star, who is likely to attract interest from multiple suitors. Also, with Miguel Almiron likely to leave in January, despite Jacob Murphy's recent good form, Newcastle's depth could soon be a concern. The Daily Mail has recently also reported links between the Magpies and McAtee, who would enhance their attacking options. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has praised McAtee as special, particularly after his impressive pre-season performances. However, the 22-year-old has seen limited game time in the Premier League this season, totaling just 36 minutes. He was also on the bench during Newcastle's draw with City at St James's Park in September. However, recent insights from transfer expert Ben Jacobs suggest that Newcastle's chances of signing McAtee may be dwindling. Fulham has emerged as a strong contender for the player's signature, currently sitting 9th in the Premier League and just 5 points behind Newcastle. Fulham managed to defeat Newcastle for the first time since 2017 earlier in the season, adding to the competition for McAtee. Jacobs highlighted that Fulham is considering a loan with an option to buy for around £25 million, while McAtee could be valued as high as £40 million by City. This asking price may be out of reach for Newcastle, especially as they need to make player sales before pursuing new acquisitions. Given the situation, Newcastle's hopes of securing McAtee may hinge on the possibility of a loan arrangement. Then finally, in a massive update, after a move for Anthony Elanga to Newcastle United broke down on transfer deadline day last summer, and with the window now open, the player dropped an interesting message. If you would like to know more about it, click the video link on screen now.